What's up, everybody? Crypto muscle. Rapid fire lasers. And you know what it is? Man, this is truly a sad day. That's what it's all about. Crypto Muscle and the Crypto Muscle Network. Coming to you another video. Man, this is truly a sad day, I might have to say. And oh yay, there's no more to play with Cash FX. Oh man, it's a sad day. This is probably going to be my last video. If not, this is my last video for Cash FX exclusive. It's going to be sad. This is a sad moment, sad day in time. You know, because I've been doing this week after week after week since July 2019. And guess what? Mark this day, September 16th. This is the end. Alright, of Cash FX, in terms of me talking about it, that is. It's already ended a long time ago. I mean, shit. It stopped paying since January 2022. But I continued on in terms of just kind of talking about it, staying abreast to things, and, you know, D's are bigger, catches my attention, just saying. And, man, it's sad, you know, because I think what I'm going to show you guys today is pretty much the period that we needed, right? That exclamation point, the period to the end of the sentence that we needed with Cash FX. And this is it, alright? So, I just want to give a quick little history and, you know, kind of lead it to present day. And, you know, I say my parting words and go from there, you know? And so, I started my YouTube channel for two things, alright, back in 2019. One, because Bits Away and there's another guy named Dewan trades. DT Crypto, Dewan trades. He's straight garbage anyways, either way. Alright, two piece of shit YouTubers that I was just tired of and really tipped me over the boiling point when it came to the platforms, the YouTube that they were doing. Yeah, there's a lot of these bloods, right? We call them bloods, right? Got it from the legendary Oracle. And, you know, the thing about it is that, you know, there were a bunch of them too back then, man. Oh, you name it, Tiwis, Clovers, Adam Hole, Austin. I mean, you could go down a list of them, shitbag YouTubers, right? A crop of them. Maddie Crypto, shit. There's so many of them. I bet I could, if I could dig up a list, I could try to tell you a whole shitload of them. All right, let me see if I can find a list right now. Crypto chat box. You know the names of the past, right? Climbing Crypto, Crypto Whale, Ian J Gold. All right. I mean, he really didn't prove anything, you know. So just saying. There's Donnie Boy, Sticasso, Crypto Plumber, Mina, Devaraj. You name it. I mean, there's just so many of them. All right, shitty YouTubers. And the thing about it was that these two primarily stuck out to me the most, Dewan and Bits Away. All right, because they really showed another side of crypto I've never seen before. And when they did what they did, it really tipped me over a boiling point of starting my own YouTube channel, because you could see the fake bullshit that came out from them. And then that's when I said, all right, enough is enough. You know, so and it was just a fake bullshit, right? You know, and these are example stories, all right? Because this is what led me to Cash FX, all right? So Bits Away, you know, was all about this platform called arbitraging, right? They had this token called ARBs, and you know, it was a big deal back in like 2018, right, going into 2019, and it was a big deal. So it got to the point where Bitsway was talking about it, right? Talking it up, and all of a sudden he flips and just shit talks the CEO. Makes you wonder why. And he kept on crying about, oh, I keep doing this, and this, and I'm not getting paid for it. And so screw you, whatever, right? So all of a sudden, the CEO of Arbitraging said, here you go, right? Gave him, ARBs, right? And from there, Bitsway flipped the script again and was all of a sudden, talked about how great the CEO is and all that stuff. And I was like, what kind of piece of shit is that? All right. Dewan was kind of similar in that scenario. He was all about, he got tired of some of the bullshit that was going on. And he said, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to take a step back on this. Right around the same time, Bitsway had his little dismay with Arbitraging. And when I saw that, I was like, man, you guys are fake piece of shit YouTubers. And that's what made me start my YouTube channel. That was one reason. Second reason was I was at a loss with all these token platforms. And then CashFX came into the scene, right? There was talk about it, chatter. And when I saw that, there was no token. It was all about Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. Something that I've never really seen before, right? It was all these token platforms. You use your crypto to buy into tokens, and the tokens are supposed to increase in value due to demand, supply, demand, and all that stuff, pumping, and I guess dumping, and all that, right? Now, I mean, it's kind of similar to what's going on today with all these other tokens, right? But it was a big deal back then. And so with that, CashFX was a breath of fresh air. When I started to see it, I started to read into it, I started to see about it, and then next thing you know, it was in pre-launch, all right, July 2019. I was like, you know what, I'm getting on this. And, the way it was all about was Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out, all right. Now, I started out with $500, and I grew that thing all the way to a $30,000 Academy pack throughout time, as the years progressed. And so CashFX was the foundation of my YouTube channel, right? Because I use that as a centerpiece of my channel to talk about the crypto past, and the crypto present at the time was CashFX, as that was going to be my road to recovery, right? Because all in all, I went in the hole of $13,000. All right, to some people that's not a lot. To others, it's like, wow, that is a good amount of money that you lost. All right, and I sunk $13,000 into like 3 to 4 platforms. The majority of it was into this one called Etherlink, right? EtherConnect or Etherlink, whatever you want to call that. ETHConnect. I think it's called ETHConnect. No, Etherlink. I'm sorry. No, not ETHConnect. Let me backtrack that. It was called LinkConnect, and then they rechanged their name to Etherlink, because starting around that time, lending started to become taboo because there was a lot of lending platforms, and arbitraging was called XRP Connect. So a lot of these sort of connect was taboo because BitConnect went, crashed and burned. LinkConnect had some issues after the fact, and then arbitraging was going to be called XRP Connect originally. So all this Connect stuff was taboo. Lending platforms was taboo, and so all that was just bad, and that's when arbitraging went and changed to arbitrage instead of XRP Connect. That's when LinkConnect changed to Etherlink, right? To get away from that Connect name and lending. And then a lot of platforms kind of followed suit. They got away from the name Connect, and then they got away from lending, right? Everything was about staking. Arbitraging was about staking too. But anyhow, all that stuff, right? CashFX. So I started my channels for the road to recovery. My channel as a road to recovery from my $13,000 in the hole. because I lost 10,000 in Etherlink. I lost 1,000 in um, what was it, Nova Chain, 1,000 in BitConnect, and it's kind of a mix of like arbitraging and there's another one too. Man, I can't think of the name of it. Where it involved like, you know, I can't even think of that name right now. Uh, but yeah, so if it comes to mind, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, $13,000 in the hole. All right, and I had to dig myself out of it. I said I got to find a way to get out of it. I'm not gonna try to sit there and work or charge it or whatever to pay it back. No, I'm gonna find a way in crypto to get it all back. I thought Cash FX was the way to go. All right, so I put in 500, and this was the centerpiece of my channel. And as I grew over time, the earnings that came from it grew with me over time. Man, some good times at Cash FX too. People recognized Cash FX was a game changer. It was different. It stood out. Many people got involved with it, all right, because of this maybe similar circumstances, or maybe they just got into crypto at the right time, because getting into Cash FX for the first time versus all these other token platforms of the past, that was good timing actually for the first timers that got into any sort of crypto. Good timing, right? You know, there's a lot of circumstances, but it brought a lot of people together, right? Cash FX, it was just the platform, all right, and it became the platform going into the rest of 2019, 2020, right, during COVID times, man. And all I gotta say is, so all with the Cash FX and the talk, the road to recovery started to begin, right? And next thing you know, 2020 rolls around, and guess what happens? March 2020, pandemic. So what happens during a pandemic? Well, shit. Got a lot of time on our hands, right? Couldn't go to the gym anymore. They shut down the gyms. There's a lot of stores they shut down. Not a lot to do except continue to work on my channel. Continue to work on Cash FX. And Cash FX was a big deal because it was a life changer. It was a life saver, especially during COVID times. And it bode well for the timing and everything in crypto, right? And worldwide circumstances. And so with that, I grew my channel even more during that pandemic year, 2020. Cash FX grew with me big time. It was big for me, all right? All the extra hard work of just trying to just grow as a personality on YouTube came with it. And, growing with Cash FX came with all that too. And so I grew with it over time, right? I kept upgrading and upgrading. And I did it, to me, wisely, right? Like I just, took it a step at a time. I didn't try to just take a huge leap forward or anything like that. I just took it a step at a time. Once I grew to a certain point, I was like, all right, cool, I could go to the next pack. And I kept going to the 30K pack. All right, so great year 2020. Even though it was pandemic year, it was a great year for me because I grew big time in crypto, formed a lot of great relationships out there in crypto, especially meeting the likes of the legendary Oracle, who I, give credit to where I'm at. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, bar none. All right, but met a lot of great people along the way, and grew with everything, right? So, oh man, Oracle, he killed it with Cash FX too, by the way. Killed it. He could go in, spin out the 100K pack, spit it all out, and be finished in a matter of a couple weeks, right? And do it over and over again. I mean, towards the end of, when they stopped paying, right? He was asking me, hey, you think I could just squeeze one more out of it? And he did it, And it's funny because he was like, hey, you think I could squeeze one more out of it? I think I'll just do one more and that's it. And that's what he did. He squeezed like one more 100K pack out of it. Bam, that's it. And then he kind of like, I don't know if I should do it again, and then maybe not, right? So it was getting too risky, So he said, nah, I can't do no more. But that's what he did, and that's how amazing the power of the Ledger Oracle he can do. With CashFX. I think of all the platforms he was in, he probably made the most out of CashFX. I want to say either that or Cuba Live. I'm gonna have to ask him which one he made the most out of. But I want to say he made more out of CashFX, and then Cuba Life was second. But yeah, so, whew, man, those are some good times. COVID times, yeah, bad worldwide, but man, it was life changing for me because it made a pretty good significant amount of money for me in the crypto life I have. That I, it was one of the best years, right? 2020, 2021, great years, and I continue to just grow with that, right? I don't sit there and just, I keep stashing it away. I'm not gonna sit there and spend it all, I just stash it. I just keep stashing it. I'll spend some. Don't get me wrong, I spend some. All right, Cuba Life got me my new car from Cuba Life. So, but that's a different story. But I'm just saying, CashFX was big. All right. So, 2020 huge for me. All right, great times. 2021 rolls around. Now things are starting to happen a little bit. Right after the anniversary event in November 2020, things are starting to happen a little bit. Right. You have December, okay, right? Going into the new year, 2021. Here's January. All right, January's come, and just something about it wasn't the same after that anniversary event, right? And, I was at my 30K pack, and by the time February rolls around, 2021, and I was at the point of, should I upgrade to the next pack. Next pack was the 40K pack. Should I upgrade? And I was starting to question myself now. I was like, I don't know, because at that point things were slowing down. You used to be able to do a withdrawal on Saturday and get it within a couple days, right? But at this point it was starting to be like you do your withdrawal Saturday, and it started to get almost a week now, and then it became a week. And I was like, man, it's starting to slow down a little bit. They talked about processor problems and all that stuff, and all these things, started to just happen. And so I was like, man, I'm not feeling right about this. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bypass my upgrade and just cycle it out of it. And that's what I did. So what I ended up doing was, after that 30K pack timeline came to upgrade, I passed on the upgrade. I could have went to the 40K pack. I passed. All right, this was February 2021. I said, can't do it. I'm going to just draw the line. I'm going to pass and just let it cycle out. So time went on, and guess what? The withdrawal started to get slower and slower and slower, right? And I'm just like, man, this is not good. But I ended up cycling out of my pack over time. It took weeks. It took numerous weeks because it was slowing down. All right, and CashFX kept going full course, acting like everything was good. They had to do some minor things and bullshit stuff. And I was like, nah, this is not good. So I cycled out of it, and I completed my Academy pack, and I said, all right, I'm just going to just be an observer now, right? So I continued the CashFX talk. I wanted to continue the series, right? Just to kind of see if I made a mistake. And with all that, when I made that decision, man, people got all over me saying, Are you crazy? You're leaving money on the table. And that was probably the biggest comment I got was, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? That's money you're leaving on the table. Oh, why? How can you leave money like that? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I can't bring myself to do it because I don't know if I'll see the end of it. I couldn't tell if I'll see the end of it because it was so slow. The withdrawal started to get bad. I mean, real bad. And so as time went on, these withdrawals started to get slower and slower, right? So it started to become, instead of days, it became weeks, right? To the point where it became months, which was crazy, right? Months, all of a sudden, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I kept documenting that, showing that to you guys over and over. This is what's happening, guys. This is what happened, you guys. I show you guys exactly how far out they haven't been paying, right? And while all these other YouTubers kept on saying, hey guys, look, I'm getting paid, right? I hit the withdrawal every week. And I'm like, are you kidding me? There's no way they're getting paid if I'm showing you guys that it's just pending, sitting there. And they started to mount week after week after week. So granted, they did pay all the way till the end of 2021. They did pay. All right. Because like I said, I cycled out of my packs. At that point, I was collecting residuals by that time. By the end of 2021, it was just residuals just started coming in to the tune of, it was enough to do withdrawals, right? Because I think minimum withdrawals at the time was $100. So it was enough to do withdrawals, and I would just stack withdrawals and be like, hey, check this out. All right, this is how long it's taken. Here, and then I kept on putting more withdrawals out, right? Hey, this is how long it's taken. And some of it paid, and then some of it just took so damn long. And to the point of, it was 4 months pending, 16 weeks, right? Meanwhile, other YouTubers kept on saying, hey, look, guys, come join CashFX. And look, I'm doing withdrawals every week. Well, I kept showing you guys, how are they doing withdrawals every week if they're pending? All right, and I showed you guys the back office week after week after week. And so 2022 rolls around. Here comes January now, 2022. All right. This was the sticky point now for many people, because that's where it really stopped paying. Like, yeah, people were getting payouts here and there, and it dragged out, right? But it stopped completely January 2022. Meanwhile, those YouTubers still kept on saying, hey, look, guys, I'm pulling out every week. All right, bam, here it goes. Withdraw. And it's like, yeah, are you kidding me, right? And so it was funny because they kept doing that, and I kept showing, how many weeks are they? I kept smashing on them too. I was like, how many weeks are these doofuses are stacking their withdrawals that they're not even showing you their back office? That is a stack. If they're pending 16 weeks, that means they had to have 15 to 16 withdrawals pending if they were pulling out a week. And I kept on showing it until they suspended my account. They suspended my account because I think, I don't know if word got around or what. They suspended my account, so I couldn't even show you guys my back office anymore, because that's how bad it was with CashFX. And so I wasn't talking good about it. They kicked me out of their Telegram group, and I was just a fly on the wall, but they figured out who I am, I guess, because I don't even go by Crypto Muscle in the Telegram group, just because, well, one, if I was ever to voice anything, I get booted. A lot of times, if I voice something, I get booted. So a lot of times, I'm a fly on the wall, and I go by a different name in Telegram just because, like I said, I'm just a fly on the wall, I'm just a casual observer taking down information. And so I got booted out of the Telegram group. Oh, I know why, because I didn't have a real name. I went by a different name. It wasn't Crypto Muscle. I just didn't have a real name either. All right. And so because of that, I didn't, kiss ass. I wasn't a mark for nobody. They booted me, all right? But meanwhile, you had guys like Matty Crypto, right? That blood in there. And last I checked, unless he, went ahead and went to the government and put it on his birth certificate, Matty Crypto is not a real name, right? But yet, he still remained in that Telegram group, which didn't make sense to me. Yeah, it didn't make sense, So, whatever, right? But they booted me out of the Telegram group. They suspended my CashFX account, so I couldn't no longer show you guys those pending withdrawals because I was showing them week after week after week how bad it was. Meanwhile, again, those same YouTubers out there, look, guys, I'm doing a withdrawal. See, CashFX is doing good. It's paying. It's like bullshit, dude. To the point where they bullshitted themselves out of their own CashFX videos, taking down their videos and all that, right? Passive ass bag on autopilot. That guy, he's a fucking doofus, right? Sitting there saying, "Hey guys, look, this is our journey to making $1,000 a month," right? And majority of it was CashFX, right? Yeah, if you look at how he was making $1,000 a month, he had like 2 platforms that were dead, right? Yield nodes and CashFX. Those 2 withdrawals alone made up of that $1,000 a day or a month or whatever he was talking about. I think it was $1,000 a day. Some bullshit. I don't know. Some gimmick bullshit, right? And I was like, and he even showed in his video that, yeah, he's still waiting for those, but he wanted to point at Manifest garbage. And Manifest was making literally, if he was lucky, $100 for him. Alright, literally. And I was like, dude, I don't know how you confuse yourself saying you can make $1,000 a day when you're barely, if you're lucky, making maybe a few bucks a day. Right? So his dumbass has now stopped doing videos now. Right? Because I was calling this shit out. He was so full of shit. He kept on saying, "Hey guys, look, here's CashFX. I pull out CashFX every week. Here's a withdrawal." And he hits a withdrawal. And then he would say, "Meanwhile, I go check out my girlfriend's account. And here's my girlfriend's account. And I do a withdrawal here too." Right? And so, fuck you, dude. And by the way, that's another Australian dude that I smashed on. Because, when it comes to these dudes, last week I made it a point about how there's a bunch of fools that came out of Australia. That are a bunch of ass bags. Adam Hole, Austin, T-Wees, this ass bag on autopilot, and the list goes on and on. From Australia, garbage YouTubers, right? That's why they're no longer doing it. And so, and I'm not trying. And and I know someone got on me about, hey, he said something like, "Hey, not all Australians are bad." And I was just trying to ruffle feathers about how Australia sucks, but they don't suck because I like the freckly females over there, That's all I got to say. Freckly females, Wallaroos, that's what I'm talking about, all right? And I know Foster's is the #1 beer in Australia, so just saying. But I was just ruffling feathers when I was just saying Australia sucks. I was just messing around. But there's a bunch of dumbass YouTubers that came out of there, a crop of them, but they're all gone now. And so with all that, ass bag on autopilot, stopped doing videos. Periodically he'll do Manifest, but Manifest is garbage, and he had a lot of help from Manifest in terms of he got lucky that he won a contest because probably more than half of the assets that are in Manifest is because he won it from a contest. So he got lucky from there, or else he would have shit for nothing right now if it wasn't for that. Because he had nothing to show for. Because CashFX wasn't doing shit for him. So I wonder how he would try to, prove to his dumbass girlfriend that he was making money out of anything, right? Because he was trying to act like, he lived a nice high roller lifestyle because he lived in Thailand in some nice place with his, quote unquote hot girlfriend from Thailand. It's like, shut up. You're fucking garbage. And that's why, what are you doing now? You're probably working your little 9-to-5 job. All right, not living in that little place where I probably moved back to some cheap ass apartment in Thailand because it's probably real cheap, right? And you're probably not living that high roller lifestyle that you try to portray yourself to be doing. All right, so how's that going for you? All right, so shove it. So yeah, that dude, and then yeah, this other dude over here, Cash Quest. All right, let me see. Let me refresh this here. Let's see if he's actually put out anything. All right, so he has not put out an August video. All right, so this bald-headed dildo. All right, this guy here, he sits there and is documenting. He joined Cash FX like in 2022, I want to say. And I was like, dude, he was way late to the dance on this one. But he wanted to document his journey, behest to the people that said, no, don't do it. They're not paying. And he kept on saying that, oh, well, he's not trying to get a payout anyways. He's just trying to just earn and kind of just upgrade all the way up to, his goal was to upgrade all the way up to the 100K package. He doesn't need the money. But he wants to cash out once he reaches the 100K pack. That way, whatever, right? That was his whole point of it. And it's like, dude, you're garbage, dude. And so this dummy ends up documenting his journey, right, week after week after week for the longest time. But it's like, hey, dummy, dildo, hasn't been paying since January 2022. And it's like, I mean, he might have been in since 2021, actually. But he opted not to take any packages. He wanted to keep on upgrading. And so he kept upgrading to the point where now he can't upgrade anymore because they're not doing Academy packs anymore. All right. And I think he got it as far as the 5,000 pack anyway. So it was a slow upgrading because the payouts every week got super slow. All right. So with all that, he started to kind of wind back his channel a bit, right? With the content. Instead of weekly videos, he started to come out with once a month videos, citing due to being so busy with his life and work that it's hard for him to produce a 5-minute video a week that he was doing, that he only could do maybe a 5-minute video a month. All right, one a month, because it's just the demands of his job is keeping him so busy. It's like, whatever, dude. How about this? Cash of X did not work, and that's why you got nothing to talk about. What is there to talk about every week if it's not paying you nothing, right? So that's why he drew it back to just once a month, because you weren't getting the numbers every week either, right? With your dashboard numbers every week. So that's why you went back a month, because at least a month it gives you a better number, for your dashboard. But still, whatever the case may be, it's still zero regardless. Dashboard numbers or not, it's still zero coming out of Cash of X. So all he was doing is wasting 5 minutes of his time to produce a video, to edit and all that, to only say this is what he gathered for the month now. Alright? Used to be every week, but this is what he got every month, to where it was, oh, this is what I got for the month, and that was it. It's like, okay, so now you wasted your time, 5 minutes, and you wasted everybody else's time to watch some bullshit of making dashboard numbers, and that's it. And what do you have to show for? Nothing. So those are kind of like the last of the YouTubers that kind of talked about it. I think maybe Cash Quest, dude, the bald-headed dildo, may still talk about it, but every one of these things, YouTubers started to kind of wean themselves off. I remember there was an Irish taxi driver from the UK, was still trying to upgrade his packs, still thought they were going to become something. And I remember he did a video where he was just a tad short, all right, of upgrading. And rather than just wait another week, he could not wait maybe another week or two, who knows. He could not wait. He just could not wait to do it. He had to upgrade that badly, so he threw in some extra Bitcoin into it just so he could make the upgrade. I was like, man, you're a dummy, man. Losing your money for nothing. And That's what he ended up doing, obviously. Haven't seen the dude since on YouTube. There's another dude named Errol, alright? Interesting personality. Um, his last video overall on YouTube, right? He was doing YouTube videos on platforms, but mainly Cash FX. Funniest video ever. He said he's going to do a withdrawal, and he will not do another video until he gets that withdrawal from Cash FX, right? And you know what? He stood by his word, because he has not done a video since. All right, so I'll give him that. He stood by his word. I mean, think about it. He said, I'm gonna make another video once I get paid from Cash FX. When he did that withdrawal, oh man, that never came, and obviously he never made a video since. So kudos to that Errol dude for doing that. That was very fascinating that he did that, and he held himself to that word. All right. And so 2022, right? Kinnear says by the end of the year, we're going to get everybody caught up by the end of the year. All right. Not 2022, at the end of 2021. Sorry about that. We're going to get everybody caught up by the end of the year. Never happened. All right. That was a famous video where he's like in his hotel room. He was like in a hotel room somewhere, and it was just funny because it was kind of annoying too, because he was doing like a Q&A, answering questions and all that, and he kept on scratching his nose. He kept on scratching his nose. It was almost like a Pinocchio moment or something, where it's going to get bigger and bigger, I guess. So he kept on scratching his nose throughout that whole video. Kept on scratching his nose, and it was like, wow, man, you got to stop scratching that nose. It was pretty annoying, And but yeah, we're going to get everybody caught up by the end. That was the famous words he said. We're going to get everybody caught up by the end of the year. Didn't happen. All right. So 2022 rolls around. It went to a grinding halt January, right? And as the time went on, I kept saying, all right, this is the end now for good. It's not coming back. And time went on. Then they started announcing, oh, we're going to go into phase 2. Right? During that time, early 2022. We're going into phase 2 in the quarter 2. AP2C. All right, we have the crypto debit cards, right? Remember, that was going to be the payment solution. All right, that was what was uttered by Huáscar Lopez, right? Oh, we got the payment solution. All you got to do is submit your KYC to what is it? BNB Pay, Bear and Bull Pay, and you'll get the card. Right? Canary even said that. Oh yeah, you'll get the card, and you should be able to use the card and spend it whatever you please. Right? Whatever you earn, you should be able to spend it. So, as time went on, they launched it during that summer for that Bull and Bear Pay to happen. All right, KYC crashed, or the office of that crashed momentarily, because their server got slammed just from the amount of traffic that came. They wasn't expecting it. Well, shit, you're holding all these people's money. What do you expect? Like just a couple people? No, you're gonna expect everybody to come. So they didn't expect that amount of traffic to hit their site to crash it. Right? So the wheels kept spinning. They kept spinning the wheels, all right? They stalled, they didn't really say nothing. They just stalled. What happened? No one said anything. Oh yeah, AP2C is coming, all right? It's coming, guys, it's coming. And then time went on, nothing. Quarter 3 comes, nothing. Quarter 4 comes, nothing. All right, here comes 2023 now. All right, Cash FX. Everything started to get removed, right? I showed you guys that along the way. They cleared out everything. I mean, look how bare it is now. They cleared out everything, all right, when it comes to this. And not only that, they started to make an announcement. Oh, hey, P2C's coming in the quarter 2. And it's like, wait a second. You guys announced that a year ago. That was a year ago you said that. And they were saying, oh yeah, it's coming in Q2 this year, or this time. So I was like, yeah, right. It's not going to come. But yet they were asking for this time. They were asking, hey, you want to get in early on this program? All right, 8P2C, get in early on this program right here. This is the early bird fee right here. You want to get in? Simple, man. Simple money. Check this out. Got a deal for you. Where's it at here? Where's that deal? All right, let me see. Oh, man, $3,000. But you know what? Got a deal for you. $150. So imagine how many dummies fell for that because they thought they got a deal. All right. And so, oh yeah, P2C's coming. It's coming, guys. Get ready. We got this deal for you, $150. All right. I mean, imagine you could have paid $3,000 for this, and they were talking about how, they had other bullshit like, oh, don't worry, guys, man, you're gonna be credited, stuff, coming over to APTC, the downline referrals, all this other stuff. Oh man, it'll be fine. But yet, here we are. This is now September, and none of that has happened. They delayed the so-called payment solution as time went on. They kind of started having a little conversation about that again earlier this year, and then it kind of just stopped being talked about again. And so now, why am I talking about it now as this is the end? All right. I think the recent chatter in the Telegram group has indicated that this is the end, and that's why I call it the end. All right. Very, very interesting. So this happened on the 13th, though. Hello, everyone. No recent updates to report, but if anyone else receives a debit card, please message me. Thanks. And this was the thing, all right? Someone messaged saying, oh, this is through another company now, not even B&B Pay. I call that bullshit, all right? This is, let me see if they show that here. I call it bullshit. This right here. I showed this to you last couple weeks. This is from Card Portal. They claim that this came from CashFX, but there's no way of indicating whatsoever that it came from them. So I call bullshit on this, all right? They were not using the Bull and Bear site for KYC. Please follow the instructions. Bullshit, all right? None of that, because no one else showed it. No one else showed proof of it. It was all bullshit, all right? Just trying to just get the conversation going again. All right, so no recent events to report, nothing. All right, it's all silent now. And this is where it got very interesting. Chat, so they opened up the chat a little bit just to kind of see what's going on. Any more photos of the card? Nothing, all right? Has anyone in South Africa received the card? Nobody received the card from Belgium, right? There is no card. Well, duh. There hasn't been a card. That's the thing. There hasn't been a card. Presidents are pleading for a meeting with the CEO to get an update, but he's not responding. So that's the President's Club now, all right, who used to be kind of like the top people that had the inside access to talking to like Huascar and Kinnear and all that stuff. All right, so come one. We all know we've been fleeced. Oh shit, yeah, like a year ago, long time ago, man. I don't know how many times I kept on talking about it week after week after week. And anyone defending complete silence and ignorance to wake up. Also, the admin now will probably shut me up, right? Nobody received the card in Nigeria. Well, shit. There has been no card. All right. A leader from Ireland privately contacted the CEO and was told to stop crying and the tears. All right. So think about that. A leader from Ireland contacted the CEO, Huascar, and was told to stop crying and the tears. Yes, of course, but I believe strong in them that they are also working silently to make the delivery faster. Shut up, man. This guy is so lost in the sauce still, in that Kool-Aid. He's drunk off that Kool-Aid. Of course it's not. There's so many people that have lost so much. Remortgaged their homes, invested their savings. My own father lost $40,000. All right. My communication with Huascar, he responded to cover himself and nothing. Oh, so he had communication with Huascar too. Interesting. You don't have to be negative about CashFX because since the back office is still functioning, it means that we're still safe. Now, this guy is so delusional, right? Really, dude. That back office is still open because it's still going to fool people into giving them money if they don't know what's going on. Right? Negative 40K, my own mother, right? Someone on here will hunt him down. Friends have stopped talking. Families badly damaged. Anyone that supports this is asleep and living in cuckoo land, right? What goes around comes around. AP2C a flop. Yeah, it's never launched. It was when a platform, more times than not, tries to parlay it into another platform, it never really happens. Cuba Life did the same thing. It just never went. And that died. It just died quickly, right? This one's really drawn out. We can hope one day we see a video on this chat of someone finding Huascar and meeting his punishment, if you know what I mean. Take it easy here. Must hear from him first before we make any conclusions. And this guy is such a dummy. Hear from him, go to Panama, see if his office is still open, right? CFX should just let us know what is going on instead of being silent. And his partner, the trader, is apparently active in other platforms with Justin Holiday. Why would he do that? Well, shit. They moved on. They're finding other ways to make money. Right? These guys are not sensitive to others' mental health. Only care about their fat wallets. Well, duh. This was a long time ago. I'm a manager in CFX. And by the way, with over 140K pending, we'll never see it. I was lucky. I made good enough at the beginning, but many others were ruined. Wow, 140K pending. Don't know why he's doing that, and even me, that I'm here in Nigeria, it's not easy to get money. I'm angry about CFX, but just have to calm myself so that I will not hurt myself. You're lucky. Alright, so this is when it's all going well. I wish his family well, and he has run with my family life savings. It was a Ponzi scheme, used newcomers, new investments to pay out original newcomers. January 2022, I got well paid, and he groomed us all. I mean, January 2022, I told you that was the time. No name. You could use that money you made to hire a private detective to hunt him down. Alright, so let's just roll this along a little bit. What was your biggest payout? Suffer from depression, all this stuff. First 2 years was amazing. I have friends that out 20K, 5K, 7K, 3K, parents 40K. So all those people that you know are out of that money that they put into it, right? Well, they put it in too late. Way too late. I kept sending the message. As time went on, I kept saying why I'm not doing it, why you shouldn't do it. And the leaders, right? How are the parents? Okay? They were grooming us. I mean, shit. Canary just kept going and going with his weekly presentations up until the end of 2022. Or, I'm sorry, 2021. And then they kept replaying his presentations last year until this year. They deleted everything now. Let's see here. So there's a lot of chatter back and forth about what happened, what they can do, all this stuff. I was also informed that he's been already approached. Alright, so let me roll this back a little bit. Let's see here. A lot of money was way withdrawn. I was informed that he has been already approached by FBI and Interpol, but as long as he's seen to make an effort, he is left alone. He's buying time. Nobody knows where he's at, though, right? So, supposedly, like in the Dominican Republic, right? Or it says Panama, Dominican Republic, Florida. No way he's in Florida. I'd say he's in Dubai. I mean, shit. That's like the crypto refuge for, people that flame out. All right, the CEOs that flame out. Cynthia's probably over there too. From Novatech. Shit, for all we know, well, I bet Jensen's probably punching his ticket there right now. Jensen's punching his ticket, getting ready to go there right now, and it's funny as hell. So funny stuff here. I don't know if I turned my mic down, but if I did, apologize. Let me fix that there. All right, so um, let's see. Justin Holiday knows where he lives. So does Ron Pope. Shit, doesn't even matter. Well, Ron Pope was supposedly running this new sort of like I don't know what you want to call it, this legacy site here. They call it CFX Legacy, which is supposed to like transfer everything over from original Cash FX to here. That was what was announced. I think it's just to really kill the original site off for good. All right, clean up the mess, gone. And so let's see here, Conversion Pros. They show this video here. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying to roll this thing here to where it's the end. All right. So let's see. So they can't even pay anymore. Why are they supposed to be fixing something imaginary? Who is awake? So people are still believing that they're fixing whatever issues it is, and it's like, no. I mean, this shit's done. All right, it's been long over. So the question was asked, well, where's everybody at? All right, so they say here, Edwin Abad is apparently actively involved in another platform with Justin Holiday. I think the last I saw Justin Holiday, he was in that platform. I want to say Live Good, but I could be wrong. That one called Live Good, it's like an MLM. I didn't bother with that one. I don't know, just what it didn't interest me. Let's see, 2 years and no payments. What organization does that? Because the guy says, I believe strongly. the I believe chants, right? Like the I believe from Marcos on Vortex right now. I believe, right? I remember back then when you had all these dummies on arbitrage, right? We believe, and it's like, you guys are a bunch of dummies, you know? It was funny as hell. Just not conclude yet until the site is not opening because some of us still receiving the car. So this delusional dude still thinks just because the site's not closed that it's not dead. And it's like, dude, it's been dead already. It hasn't been paying. How can you get it through your head, dude, that the site's open to take money, they're not paying money, right? So it's just funny though. I would do 700 still pending for over 8 months. I mean, well, duh. I've been saying that since January 2022. All right, I've been documenting this week after week after week for the longest time. All right, I've been saying it over and over and over. I mean, even Bald-Headed Dildo finally got a message. That's why he didn't do a video to cover August. This is now September. All right, unless he plans on doing a 2-month update. I don't know. Let's see, what's this here? Oh, this is 2013, so this is prior to Cash FX. I guess they're trying to show Huascar prior to Cash FX. The clean shave dude right there, Huascar. This is January 2013, though. What does this have to do with anything? Look at Huascar. Notice something familiar? Happy people, big performance on stage. Looks very familiar. You guys finally realize that shit now? You guys are a bunch of idiots, too. So, let's see here. Alright, check this out. They deleted a chunk of there was a text. They showed off a text chatter where a dude submitted like voice messages. It was shown, and it showed that Huascar read it and didn't reply to them. Like he ignored them. And so they deleted that stuff here though. But yeah, that's too bad. See it right here at this point? He has read my messages and has no regard for anyone. If I meet him, I will hug him and kiss him on the cheek. Because before that, he posted several like text and voicemail messages here showing how, you know, he was trying to communicate and reach out and say what's going on and stuff, and it was ignored. So I was shaken by his ankles till my money comes out of his pockets. And you honestly believe that. And so with that, that's a wrap, guys. Good night. Right? right? And that was back on the 13th. So the conversation is realization, that they realize that this shit is over, right? And it finally took him all this long to finally realize that this has been done for the longest time, that I've been trying to preach this message. And I could be finally the last YouTuber talking about this. I mean, unless this guy posts another video like a dummy, talking about his progress. I mean, how stupid is that? All right, he could probably very well be the last guy talking about Cash FX, because I think at this point now, I think my job is done. I think I finally got my message across in some shape or form. It's out there. It's, I put it out there on YouTube every week, and it's finally, I think people are seeing it. And that's why conversations happen. And that's why realization is happening here. And so with all that, this is what's happening, all right? It's been done for the longest time. They're not going to AP2C. All right, that conversation's been gone a long time ago. They kind of dragged it on for over a year, 2 years, all right? This whole thing with copy trading, and it's supposed to be, able to reel in USA and Canada, all the bullshit stuff to make you believe, right? The card that never came, right? We call that the never card. I mean, it's just funny, like how you guys just kept going along with this for the last, 2 years now, right? And finally realized, well, it's about to be 2 years, at this point, that it's done. That's the final solution. All right, that's the final period to it. It's unfortunate, but I'm just glad that my message has finally come to end all this, right? And it's sad, though, at the same time, because it was great while it was going good, and a lot of people made money out of it, right? I think DJ Nice Crypto, if he's still out there, he was one of the first YouTubers to get in on this thing, made a good load of money from it at that time. I think he cycled through the 100K pack a couple of times for sure. So he made some good money out of that. I made decent money out of it. The Legendary Oracle made a lot of money out of that. Like I said, I think this was his top platform, I would say. And so a lot of people made money out of this thing. It was a good platform during its time. And the timing of it, I mean, it couldn't have been a better platform to have during the pandemic. So there's a lot of things that was good about Cash FX. And then when the bad things started happening, hey, you know what? I've always been about, hey, you know what? If it's bad, it's bad, right? I've been saying it for a very long time now, all right? And like I said, finally, this is the point. This is finally being recognized that it's over, all right? It took them a long time to figure it out, but all right, we got it loud and clear now. So with that, this is my farewell to Cash FX as an exclusive video on Saturday. Punch it, all right? September 16th, 2023. It's sad. It's a sad day, it is. And but if there's anything crazy new or odd out of it, it'll probably just be talked about on my Death Watch videos that I do, that critically acclaimed Death Watch videos that I do. I'll probably talk about it at that point, but other than that, there's no more really any conversation to talk about Cash FX anymore, because that conversation right there that I just showed you really showed how realization has set in. Even the President's Club has not had any more communication with Cash FX, Huascar, or anybody else from up top. All right, that all that stuff has died. It's, no more communication. So what's there to even talk about anymore? If there's no communication with those sort of leaders, nothing going on there. There's been no progress in the cards, the never cards, no progress in the platform of AP2C. There's nothing. No money, obviously. So with all that, hey, you know what? Cash FX, I thank you, all right? If it wasn't for Cash FX, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, all right? As this was a platform of my recovery the platform of my success. And, we'll see if we could find other ones like this in the future, right? We never know what the future may hold. So I just want to say I thank you for that, Cash FX was good while it was good, all right? And my message to everybody else is just be careful with what's going on out there, right? There's going to be bullshit YouTubers that's going to sit there and try to just talk, but they don't really tell you the truth sometimes, They don't really tell you when shit hits the fan, and that's always been my thing. That's why I started my YouTube channel, was because I got tired of that bullshit. When the dudes just don't talk about it, or they just lie about it, or sidestep it. And that's what we're experiencing right now, right? When you have the Jan Gregory's of the world and the Marcos dickbag of the world right now, that I keep harping on, those ass bags are the ones that are still doing that type of shit in this space. Alright, I pushed Tiwi out because Tiwi was full of shit. No wonder, that's why he's gone. Marcos Caleb needs to go too, because so full of shit, right? Oh man, he's chock full of content when things are good, but man, when things are bad, no content comes out of him. Videos taken down like a little bitch that he is. So that's what's going on right now, and that's what I've been trying to just do over and over and over again, right? My whole thing is, if it's good, it's good. I put it out there. If it's bad, it's bad. I put it out there too. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright, there's nothing wrong with disseminating information, especially real information. Alright, because that's keeping it real, and that's what I do on my channels. Alright, so that's my message about all this stuff. I've been doing this with Cash FX especially, because if it wasn't for Cash FX, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. But at the same time, I'm trying to show you guys that, hey, there's been problems for a very long time, and I've been trying to send a message that, hey, stop it already. And that's what happened now. I think people finally realize the shit's over. It's done. So with all that, like I said, thank you, Cash FX, and thank you everybody for listening. Oh man, it's sad, man. It's just sad, The last exclusive Saturday video of Cash FX, alright? And like I said, if there's any sort of new, information that is about Cash FX in any sort of way, it'll just be talked about in my Death Watch videos, alright? Just wanted to regurgitate that information again. So other than that, thanks for listening in. Subscribe to everything I got, because that's what I'm all about, right? It's all about the flow of content, information, and entertainment, and of course opportunities. And other than that, comment down below, let me know what you think. This is, by the way, your Musclecast as well. Check it out on my Musclecast channels. I'll see you next one.